Here we are going to study about Brahma-Viharra for sublime living, Arruppa for immaterial spheres, and Arharre-Patikula-Sannyar, one object, loathsomeness of food. Number 7, Catu-Dhartu-Vavattharna, one object, defining 4 elements. Sublime living. 4 Brahma-Viharras. Brahmas means sublime and Vihara means abode or state or living. Thus, Brahma-Viharra refers to sublime abode or sublime state or living. This sublime state or living is similar to the moral living or celestial Brahmas, so it is called Brahma-Viharra. The 4 Brahma-Viharras, also known as 4 I will repeat again. The 4 Brahmas Vihara, also known as 4 Abhidhammas. I will repeat again this sentence. The 4 Brahma Viharas, also known as 4 Abhidhammas, meaning 4 boundless stages. They are so called because those who practice this exercise are creating loving kindness or compassion or sympathetic joy to all beings without limit or obstruction. Number 1. Metta, loving kindness, benevolence, goodwill. It is defined as that which softens one's heart. It is the wish of the good. Is this the wish for the good? I will repeat again. Is this the wish for the good, safety, and happiness of all beings? Benevolence attitude is its chief characteristic. Is this not carnal love, raga, personal affection, pema? Its arise enemy is hatred or evil, dosa or aversion, koda. Its the right enemy is pema, lobha. It has the ability to quench evil. Metta stands for adosa chidesika. The culmination, repeat again, the culmination of metta is, repeat again, the culmination of metta is the identification of oneself with all beings, i.e., one no longer differentiates between oneself and others in the aura or priority. Number 2, karuna, compassion. This is defined as that which makes the heart or the noble quiver when others are subject to suffering or that dissipate the suffering of others. The wish to remove the sufferings of others is its chief characteristic. If the right enemy is cruelty or weakness, himsa, and its indirect enemy is passionate grief, dominanza. Its disgust, cruelty, or wickedness, it stands for the karuna chedasika. Karuna embrace sorrow stricken being with the ardent wish to free them from all suffering. Number 3, mudita, sympathetic joy, appreciated joy. This is the congratulatory attitude of oneself. Its chief characteristic is to be happy and full of joy in others, prosperity and success. Its direct enemy is jealousy and its indirect enemy is exhilaration, pahasa. Its eliminate dislike, arati. It stands for the mudita chedasika. Mudita embraces all prosperous beings with the ardent wish that their prosperity will last for a long time. Number 4, upekha, equanimity, maintain balance. It literally means to view impartially, that is with neither attachment nor aversion. Impartial attitude is its chief characteristic. It is not hedonic indifference or nor the neutral feeling. Upekha Vedana. I will repeat again this sentence. It's not hedonic indifference nor the neutral feeling. Ubekha Vedana. Repeat again this sentence. It is not hedonic indifference nor the natural feeling. Ubekha Vedana. It stands for Tramajatada Chetasika and means perfect equanimity or aware balanced mind. It stays in between Karuna and Mudita. It keeps the mind balanced and unwavering amidst the vicissitudes. I will repeat again. It stays in between Karuna and Mudita. It keeps the mind balanced and unwavering amidst the vicissitudes of life, such as praise and blame, pain and happiness, gain and loss, repute or disrepute. I will repeat again this paragraph. It stays in between Karuna and Mudita. It keeps the mind balanced and unwavering amidst the vicissitudes of life, such as praise and blame, pain and happiness, gain and loss, repute or disrepute. Its right enemy is passion, raga, and its indirect enemy is coldness. It eliminates clinging and aversion. I will repeat again this sentence. Its right enemy is passion, raga, and its indirect enemy is coldness. It eliminates clinging and aversion. Repeat again. Its right enemy is passion, raga, and its indirect enemy is coldness. It eliminates clinging and aversion. Living in the sublime abode. Anyone who is practicing one of the four Brahma-Viharra to attain jhana is said to be living in the sublime abode. To practice metta, one extends one's loving kindness towards all beings, sincerely wishing them may all living beings be free from dangers, free from bodily pain and mental suffering, and may they be well and happy. To practice karuna, one embraces all sorrow-stricken beings, sincerely wishing them may all miserable living beings be free from miseries. To exercise, to, ex, to exercise mudita, one embraces all prosperous beings, wishing them sincerely may their gain and prosperity remain with them for a long time. To exercise upekha, one embraces the good and the bad, the love and the unloved, the sorrow-stricken or the prosperous, with equanimity, contemplating that all beings are as they are conditioned by their own karmas. Meditation practice of the first three Brahmas Viharas can lead to four Rupa Vajra jhanas, whereas Ubekha exercise leads to the fifth jhana. Remember that only the fifth jhana is associated with equanimity and neutral feeling, Ubekha Vedana. Only when one can pervade all beings with jhana metta, jhana karuna, jhana mudita, and jhana upekha, one is living truly in sublime state. The stereotype tests on the development of these four sublime states of living is mentioned in the suttas as follows. There, O monks, the monk with a mind full of loving kindness, pervading first one direction, then a second one, then a third one, then a fourth one, just so above, below, and all around, and everywhere, identifying himself with all, he is pervading the full world with mind full of loving kindness, with mind peaceful, developed, unbounded, free from fear and evil. The same thing follows with compassion, sympathetic joy, and equanimity. Possession or looseness on food, Arharre-Patikula-Sannyar. Is this the repeated? I will repeat again. Possession or looseness on food, Arharre-Patikula-Sannyar. Repeat again. Possession or looseness on food, Arharre-Patikula-Sannyar. Is this the repeated contemplation to develop the possession or looseness on the food and drinks we eat and swallow? How do we develop the notion or looseness on the food we are eating? When the various dishes of food are arranged attractively, they appear to our appetites. Note that when they are missed at, their attractiveness is reduced or on chewing the food in our mouth. Note how tiresome it is to lower the jaws and raise repeatedly pounding on the food as if we are pounding chili in a mortar with pistol. Repeat again. On chewing the food in our mouth, know how tiresome it is to lower the jaws and raise repeatedly pounding on the food as we are pounding chili in a mortar with pistol. Repeat again. On chewing the food in our mouth, know how tiresome it is to lower the jaw and raise repeatedly pounding on the food as we are pounding chili in a mortar with pistol. Also note that while chewing, saliva, bile, plant and ara, the digested juice are produced at the bottom of the tongue, and that the tongue is missing then with food, which becomes sticky and loosens. On swallowing the food, it reaches the stomach, which has never been cleaned for the full life. There, it has to be further digested. The undigested food collects in the bowels and it has to be discarded from time to time in the toilet. As the excrement is very loathsome, one has to hide shamefully in the toilet to discard it. Now attachment to food. Rasa Tanha is a strong form of Lobha, which is a hindrance to the development of concentration, so the Buddha advised his disciples to suppress it by means of Arharre-Patikula-Sannyar, the possession of looseness on food. Defining the four elements, Catu-Dhartu-Vavattharna. Catu-Dhartu means the four essential elements, namely Prithvi, Ava, Tejo, and Vayo. Vavattharna means the knowledge of characterizing the elements. As the four essential elements form the basis of all material phenomena, their characteristics must be investigated and put into knowledge. In chapter 6, we have learned that our body is made out of 21 kinds of material groups called kalapa, and each kalapa comprise actually the four essential elements and their four material qualities, vividly visible form, vana, smell, gandha, taste, rasa, and nutriment, oja. Thus, the four great elements are present in every part and particle of our body. I will repeat again. Thus, the four great elements are present in every part and particle of our body. Repeat again this sentence. Thus, the four great elements are present in every part and particle of our body, but we must be characterized as the element of extension with the characteristic of hardness and softness. Abo must be known as the element of cohesion with the characteristic of cohesiveness and fluidity. Tejo is the element of heat with the characteristic of hotness and coldness. Vayo is the element of motion with the characteristics of I will repeat again. Vaya is the element of motion with the characteristic of pushing and supporting. Repeat again this time. Vaya is the element of motion with the characteristic of pushing and supporting. We must investigate in the body I will repeat again. We must investigate in the body the characteristic of hardness and softness, quiescence and fluidity. Repeat again this time. We must investigate in the body the characteristic of hardness and softness, cohesiveness and fluidity, hotness and coldness, pushing and supporting, which are present in every part and particle of the body. We must feel these characteristics and be conscious of them in the mind to be sure of their presence. When they become distinct in the mind, one keeps on concentrating on them and noting them to develop one's concentration. The highest samadhi attained ever here is the neighborhood concentration, as the object of meditation is too deep and vast. According to the result discovered in Paul Forest Meditation Center, Catu-Dhartu-Vavattharna is the most effective Kammatthana for developing concentration very quickly. When one attains the neighborhood concentration, one can see through the body to observe the flesh, the sinews, the bone, the head, the liver, etc., as one should see in Kaya-Kadasati meditation. I will repeat again this time. I will repeat again this small passage. When one attains the neighborhood concentration, one can see through the body to observe the flesh, the sinews, the bone, the head, the liver, etc., as one should see in Kaya-Kadasati meditation. Repeat again this passage. When one attains the neighborhood concentration, one can see through the body to observe the flesh, the sinews, the bone, the head, the liver, etc., as one should see in Kaya-Kadasati meditation. Then one can use the skeleton which one penetratingly see in one's body as the object of Asubha Kammatthana and meditate on it to raise the concentration to the level of first jhana. Furthermore, the whiteness of the bone, preferably the skull or the meditator sitting in front, can be used as the object of Odada Kasina. I will repeat again this sentence. Furthermore, the whiteness of the bone, preferably the skull or the meditator sitting in front, can be used as the object of Odada Kasina. Repeat again about Odada Kasina. Repeat about this passage. I will repeat about this passage again. Furthermore, the fineness of the bone, preferably the skull or the meditator sitting in front, can be used as the object of Odada Kasina. One meditates on it to raise the concentration further to the level of fifth jhana. Those stepwise methods of developing concentration are described in Visuddhimagga, and they are successfully put into practice in Paul Forest Meditation Center. For immaterial spheres, Arruppas. The four immaterial spheres or unbounded space, akasa, unbounded consciousness, nothingness, and neither possession nor non-possession are employed as the objects of meditation to develop the four Aruppa-Vajra jhanas respectively. In practice, one has to develop the five Rupa-Vajra jhanas first on one of the kasinas and then making the fifth jhana as the base. One goes higher to the four Aruppas to develop the four Aruppa-Vajra jhanas. That's all for this afternoon. Thank you for listening. May you be enjoying listening the Dhamma thoughts to gain merits.